Hey y'all, this is Lydia. My guide's been challenging me to do a video a day again, and we'll see how this goes because the format wants to change. And part of me feels like that can only change if I am doing this on a daily basis and allowing things to happen naturally. So we'll see how it goes. They want me to get away from the cards, they want me to get away from the metaphysics and to be channeling just more pure channeling, and which is new territory. I mean, I've done it here and there, but not necessarily on a daily basis, not necessarily with the practices they have been having me do lately. So we'll see how it goes. I'm in their hands and I trust them fully. But the energy right now is definitely one of continuing to allow things to be what they want to be and to pay attention to what's presenting in our day-to-day experience, and not necessarily trying to fight anything, but to listen and to allow things to flow. One thing that they've been driving a point home with me is by allowing the information to come in the present moment, not trying to look back, to sort of backtrack the steps, to think of something old that happened, to make sense of what's happening now. It's almost like the information is always right now. So if we're going too much into the past in order to figure things out, we run the risk of being trapped there. We run the risk of things pulling us back into an old energy, which just opens up an old can of worms that isn't necessarily necessary. So it is not, it's not sustainable to completely be pulled out of the past or the future all the time. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is to not get stuck there and to not overwhelm ourselves by living in the past or living in the future too much. By spending time and being really intentional about how we spend our time in the present moment, and to do that enough that messages can reach us, because and this can happen spontaneously. It often when it happens the best, it is when it's spontaneous and we're not trying to be in the present. So it's definitely also this practice I like to do. When I feel myself going into energies that are pulling me down, I pull myself out and I allow that to be my present moment practice, as opposed to trying to be here now and trying to always be in the present moment. I just pay attention to when I'm sort of finding myself moving into perhaps thinking too much on something that had happened, or worrying too much about what's going to happen. When I feel my energy being dragged down from doing those things, I pull myself back and I pull myself out of those energies and get back into those energies that feel a little bit more stable. And that's what I'm calling the present moment, because it's not living in the past, it's not worrying about the future. It's allowing things to be now. And that's when the information can come in. It's not necessarily trying to cherry pick information either. It is about allowing ourselves to be present so that the information can come. And it'll repeat until we hear. So, it's not about trying, it's about being. And I guess that's the message for the morning. I'm sending love.